Hey guys, Pete over here, Craigslist Hunter. This is June 30th, last day of the month, so I figure I do this video. I haven't done one since mid-May, I think. So I kind of gonna give you guys an update, some cool stuff that I sold on eBay. Being June is usually the slowest month of the year, June and July. But I still managed to sell over 20 grand in sales on eBay in June, so not too bad. I'm gonna actually use my phone. Let me get into this here. Let me film this. I want to show you guys. I'm gonna go to my archives and we're gonna switch this to current month, June. Scroll all the way down. Actually, I want to see. Okay, so I did sell 250 items. Wow, even number. 250 items in June for a total of $22,734, which actually I think brings my average down a little bit. Last month I was like at $110 per item, so 250 at 20, yeah, probably at 90 bucks or so is the average, but still 22,000, not too shabby for being June, the slowest month. I'm gonna show you guys 20 items. Funny, I named this title, you know, some junk that I sold for over 20 grand on eBay. It's not really junk, but it's just funny. I thought it was funny, so let's get into this. I'm gonna show you 20 items, and at the end of the video I also show you the last item will be the item that I had a little bit of trouble with the guy when I sent him some stuff, and now he's fishing for some money to get back. So it should be pretty interesting. Let's get into this. Alright guys, so here we go. Here's gonna be the first item. It's a Deere Marine. I bought these meters, 3 of them from one guy. They're all about this size. Anytime I get marine stuff, it sells really good. Now this is older stuff. This is probably from mid-90s or even early 90s. I bought 3 of them off the guy for $100, so like $33 a piece. They all sold. This is one of them, sold for $99.95 with $7 shipping. The other 2 I sold them a little bit cheaper for like $89.95. So this was a really good pickup. So keep an eye on that Deere Marine stuff. You know, anytime these things come in, the time clocks, and this one had actually like a punch card holder as well to go with it. I sell them very good. The previous one I think I sold for like $150. This one sold for $134.95 with a $20 shipping. The clock is pretty heavy, it's not big, but that longer piece, the time card holder, was a little bit bulky, but still 20 bucks shipping, no problem. If I remember correctly, this came into the shop and we picked it up for $20. Alright, now I'm super excited about this. Why? Because I've been selling these vintage sewing machines like non-stop, especially the featherweight ones, you know, by Singer. Now I'm gonna show you guys 2 of them here. One of them, this one was in a little bit worse condition than the second one. Got this one for 30 bucks. This came to the shop, paid $30, sold for $199, and this sold actually instantly as soon as we listed. It's a hot item. Anytime that you can pick up the vintage sewing machine, not necessarily featherweight, but any sewing machines, they sell like hotcakes. And the featherweight, they're small. They're about this big. They're not big at all. $29.95 shipping. And actually on this one I think I made some money on shipping because it only went to Michigan, next state over, and the shipping was like 15 bucks. So I made a little bit of money on shipping. Here's an interesting item, and I sell quite a bit of this. New and used, they both bring great money. This is by a company called Graco. It's a professional company that makes sprayers for painters. They make also compressors, nozzles, anything that got to do with painting. and this one came in here to the shop. I bought it for 50 bucks and I sold it for 160 with $15 shipping. So keep an eye on Graco, because even used ones, you know, the used ones, you can pick them up really cheap and they'll bring, you know, 60, 70 bucks. So this was a really good score. Next, this is a very unusual item. I actually picked this up at the garage sale. I walked up to it and I had really no idea what was it. I knew it was some kind of mechanic tool, but this is a snap-on, and anything snap-on, and you guys know, can bring really, really good money. From torque wrenches to any tools that have a snap-on name on it. If you can get it cheap, you know, I got this for 10 bucks at the garage sale. Sold for $129.95 with a $15 shipping. It was probably about 17-18 inches long, so it was a little bit bulky, but no problem there. Here's a cool item. This I picked up here in the shop. The same guy, they brought me a couple weeks ago. I made a video that the guy donated the parasol to me, you know, the umbrella, vintage Italian umbrella. He brought this in with few other toys, brand new, sealed in a box, and I paid $20. I paid $50 for like 4 toys from him. So in this one I had like 20 bucks, sold instantly. $120, $10 shipping. This was a decent sized box, but very light, so it was a good score. There's a ton of collectors for John Deere stuff, so when you guys spot John Deere, pick it up. Alright, so this is a pretty cool unit. This actually, I had it for sale for a while, probably at least listed for a month, maybe even longer. I actually picked this up at Goodwill. I got it for $6.99. Nakamichi was absolutely phenomenal company back in the day. Throughout the 70s, 80s, and into mid-90s, they made absolutely high quality equipment. And this particular deck, back in mid-80s, probably was about $1,000, $1,200. That's how expensive their stuff was. So always look for Nakamichi stuff, and it doesn't matter if it's a deck, if it's an amplifier or power amp, huge money. So it took a little bit to sell, $49.95 with $18 shipping, so pretty decent profit there.
Hey Peter,
What's up, Vicky?
I think I really need to go higher than 99 on that pen.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I didn't see any lower than 2.
Really? Because I found few. One was like 89. Huh. You sure? One I saw actually for 65.
I didn't see, did you look up marbled? Green marbled, pearl,
Yeah,
sapphire?
and then there's blues, there's like burgundy color, there's different colors, but
I don't feel right listing it at 99.
listed for 200 then.
Okay.
You know, I got 50 bucks in it, so
Worth a try.
okay. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I just picked up a nice Parker pen with the gold front on it, gold pointing needle on it. Paid $50. Vicky thinks that we can get like a couple $100 for it. That's great. Anyway, this is a very cool item here. This is the second time I sold this kind of system. Vectrex 3000 arcade system. Very, very collectible. This came into the shop. The guy brought in actually 3 different systems. He brought me NES, he brought me Nintendo 64, and this. The Nintendo 64 was a huge bundle with over 100 games that we sold it here in the shop. But this one being so collectible, I decided to put it online. It is a little bit risky listing stuff like this because that monitor that it's in here, and it's an old tube TV, so double boxed, ton of, you know, padding on it, but it only took a few days to sell. And I believe in this one I had like $100 in it when I broke down everything between 3 systems that I bought from the guy. So still not a bad profit. I would probably even pay more for this because it was such a cool item, and came with 4 games, $279.95 with $24.95 shipping. Great score. If you guys, even not working, these units will bring some good money. So always keep an eye on Vectrex 3000 arcade systems. Very cool find here. All right, this one I picked up at the garage sale. You know what? This wasn't the best deal. They had 100. They knew what they had at the garage sale, but this had so many accessories to go with it. The Canon VIX IHF S100. It's a very good quality HD camera. They had a bunch of European adapters for it as well, but it was like in mint condition, barely used. They wanted 150. I offered 75. We settled on $100. I'm like, I'm still picking it up. There's at least $100 to be made here, you know. So it sold. I think we listed first for like $229, and it was a little bit too high. And then I dropped the price to $199, and it sold with $9.95 shipping. So can't complain after all the fees and everything. You know, I still made, you know, 70, 80 bucks. All right, here's a cool thing. This actually came in to my shop, and I paid peanuts for it. The guy brought this in and a couple other older pieces of equipment. This is Sony DTC 700 dot. This takes the small digital tapes. Most of the time back in 80s and early 90s, this particular equipment was used in studios to record, you know, the first digital music. It was a high-end item back in the day. Now this had the original box to go with it, the manual. It also had a half a box of Maxwell DM100 tapes, which was a big plus. But I got it dirt cheap. I mean, I picked up a bunch of stuff from this guy for like 60 or 70 bucks, and this was one of them. And this probably had 20, 25 bucks in it when you break it down. So this was a great flip. This sold right away. Having the original box and the manual makes a huge difference. $279.95 with $24.95 shipping. Great flip, great flip. Anytime that you guys find these dot digital audio tape decks, they always bring good money. All right, here is Harley Davidson Speed Black Orange jacket. This was a big jacket, double X. I paid up a little bit for this. I think I paid here in the shop 120 or 125 bucks, and I sat on it for a little bit. Since we paid a little bit more than we wanted for it, I had it at, I think, first at $149, and then I dropped by $10 to $139, and finally it sold. It was listed probably for 2 months before it sold, with $14.95 shipping, but still pretty decent profit. You know, sometimes I gotta pay up for things. So sometimes people, you know, they know what they got, and I gotta treat them fair. But still, if there's money to be made, you know, this is not a $20 buy like the previous one that you guys saw that sold for $279. This one I paid up, and it's still worth it. I mean, it was a beautiful jacket. All right, guys, this next item I'm super excited about. As you can see in a picture, it's a little tiny toy, okay? It's a replica of vintage Johnson model. See the penny laying next to it? This thing is tiny. And I bought 2 of them. Actually, I didn't. Ryan bought 2 of these in Chicago in a shop. He paid 100 bucks for both of them, so 50 bucks a pop. Now this one sold, and we waited first till this one sells off, and then we just listed the second one, which I have it right here, which is very cool. Look at this, guys. This thing is tiny. It's a real motor. It's an electric motor, runs on a 9-volt battery. Here are the plugs. Now this one I actually listed, we listed $10 more than the one before. The one here sold for $159.95 with $10 shipping. This one we listed 10 bucks more for $169 because it has this little tiny screw here that holds the cover. The one that sold already that you're looking at here was missing this screw, and I couldn't really match to find anything original screw like that. This is a little tiny screw, but how cool is this thing, huh? So now this one is listed as well. This was a great buy, you know, 50 bucks a pop. Pretty good profit on a little guy. I love stuff like this, you know, such a unique thing. Ton of collectibles for, you know, collectors out there to buy stuff like this. So that's a very cool find. All right, here's an interesting item, and I sold a few of these before. Verducci inline speed skates. These are professional skates. You know, when they're new, they can get up there for some serious money. This one came with the separate brackets as well, so interchangeable brackets. Instead of 4 wheels, you can do 5 wheels, depends how fast you're going. Very cool. This came here to the shop. I paid 25 bucks for it. Sold for $109.95 with a $10 shipping. So keep an eye on that name, Verducci. Just popular. And this sold instantly. We listed in a couple days. Boom, it was gone. Now here's another featherweight Singer. Now the other one was late 40s. This one is 1950s. Singer featherweight sewing machine. This one was in spectacular condition. This one also came to the shop, had a manual, the case was in great shape, had a box with a little bit of extra accessories to go with it. I mean, it was beautiful. It looked like it was never used. So actually we listed for like $349 for 7 days, and it didn't go. I think that anything over 300, it's asking a little bit too much. But after 7 days, I mean, I had like 700 views and like 22 watchers, you know, so I knew it was a little bit too high. So when I relisted it, I put it at $299.95 with a $20 shipping, and boom, sold right away as well. Just like I said before, guys, these sewing machines, they're just, go to flea market. You will find them at flea market. It doesn't have to be featherweight, not even the little ones. I mean, this one is tiny, but even the bigger ones, if you can pick them up for a few bucks, they'll still bring $70, $80, $100, you know? Yeah, they're a little bit bulky, but people don't have a problem, you know, paying for shipping. All right, this is a big amp. This was super heavy. This was probably about 35, 40 pounds. Crest Audio. These professional, you know, power amps, they always sell. Now this one took a little bit time. This was probably, I had this at least 3 months. And maybe even longer. I think we listed like in February or March maybe. So it sat there for a little bit. I think I originally was asking like $249 for it, and I slowly every month dropped like $10 or something. So it sold for $199. I got this super cheap. It came into the shop. I think I paid like $50 or $60. So very good profit. $28.95 shipping on it. So it's, like I said, no problem with charging shipping on stuff like this. People know it's super heavy and it's gonna cost money. So look out for Crest Audio. I sell a lot of guitars, okay? And from electric to acoustic to bass guitars, all kinds of guitars. They're great sellers. I always sell at least 2-3 a month. This was brand new, okay? Original box to it, had paperwork, tags, everything. It was, you know, mint condition. We listed it as new other because it didn't have the original like foam that you have on a guitar, and somebody did install strings on it. So but it was never used. I mean, you could tell this thing was never used, and the actually tag on a bag that you see here in the picture was still hanging attached to the neck. So I paid $100 for this guitar here in the shop, sold it for $239.95, $20 shipping. Took about a week to sell. So there we go. Vintage NY Lint Mobile Home Pressed Steel Ford. This was actually pretty big. The whole truck with the trailer was about, I want to say, 20 inches long. This is one of the toys that came also in the lot from the same guy that I bought the John Deere. So as well, I had about 20 bucks in it. Like I said, I bought 3 different toys from that guy for like $50. Probably took, I want to say, 2 weeks to sell this. I mean, we listed them roughly all at the same time. 120 bucks with $15 shipping. I'm telling you, these vintage tin toys, they sell like crazy. They sell like hotcakes. There's big market for that kind of stuff. A lot of collectors. So anytime, even if they're really beat up as well, they'll bring some money, especially if there's some special names to it or just pretty rare items out there, you know. Here's a cool thing. I mean, we sell quite a bit of different military stuff. This is a vintage military cap, utility cotton, Marine Corps. Not a huge money here, but I think I only paid like $5 for it. $54.95 with $6 shipping, and it was a quick sale. Took maybe a few days to sell. So, you know, the vintage military stuff sells really good. All right, here's an interesting item. And it's always kind of hard to predict if eBay is gonna let you sell stuff like this, because a lot of times medical equipment, you have to be licensed and stuff. But this is actually something that you can buy kind of over the counter. So this is one of those, you know, muscle stimulators that you put a couple patches in a certain spot and you have a controller for it. This is pretty expensive new. This is probably about $300 brand new, maybe even more. This was in excellent condition. I bought this and another piece of equipment that I have it listed right now as well. Very pricey piece of equipment. Actually, it's sitting right next to me. It's called Game Ready. This is one of those units that if you have a sprained knee or some kind of issue, you wrap around your knee and you fill this thing with ice and water, and this circulates through this pad and constantly keeps it cool. This is a super expensive piece of equipment. This is like $2,500 unit here. This I have right now listed for like 1,700 bucks. But I paid for both units. For this one that you're seeing on the screen, the RS Medical, and the Game Ready, I paid $425 for both of them, and I put the expense of $400 in this, in the big machine, and $25 in this. This sold right away. As soon as we listed at $229.95, sold with $10 shipping, so it was a great flip. Alright guys, this is gonna be the last item that I'm gonna show you, and there's an interesting story behind this that I want to get into as soon as I explain. So this is a big lot of 8-track tapes, okay? 56 tapes, but also includes an 8-track player made by General Electric. Now you would think that 8-tracks don't bring money anymore. Yes, there are collectors, you know, it's not super hot, but people will buy it. So, and I got this dirt cheap. I picked this up at the garage sale for 10 bucks. Lady had like, I think $15 on a whole box, and I asked if the unit works. She says, yeah, absolutely works. You can test it. I tested right there at the garage sale, put a couple tapes in, worked beautifully. So I got this for 10 bucks from her, brought it here, we listed it, and it took only a few days to sell. Sold for $109.95 with $20 shipping. Now 56 tapes, I mean, this was a big box, okay? And what I did with this, I had all the tapes nicely put in one box, and then I put the tape player actually in a separate box, and then I put those two boxes in one big box and completely filled it with the fill. I mean, it was really decent job unpacking this to get it shipped out. And today actually I get an email from a guy and this is what he says. Hello, received the 8-track and tapes. With further inspection, some interior pieces have come loose, most likely in transit. Seems the packing job could have been a little bit more careful. Really? I packed the shit out of this. I am not taking apart until you're okay with what I am doing, since I don't know what I am doing. It is a great piece and I do like to have this working. So, you know, I sent the guy an email and my response was, hey, before I shipped this unit out, it was in perfect working order, so I apologize. Maybe something got, you know, damaged in shipping, like he mentioned. But then I asked him, did you actually try to play it, right? Did you actually put a tape in, press the play button? Did you try to play it? Because he never mentioned anything in the first email. And this is what he responded. I'm sure it was working before it left, but my feeling it was damaged in transit. I am hearing some loose pieces inside. I saw one for parts for 20 bucks. What would you like to do to rectify this situation? Like I said, I am willing to work with you. Shit happens. Timo. So since he mentioned, I got a feeling already that he's fishing here a little bit to get some kind of money out. It did cost me actually like 22 bucks to ship this. I had $20 shipping on it. It did cost me a little bit, you know, so I'm like, I don't want this thing back. If he's asking me for 20 bucks, I'll just give him the 20 bucks. Remember, I paid $10 for this, sold for 110. There's already huge profit here. It doesn't matter, you know, so I wrote him, I will give you $20 partial refund. Would that work? And this is his response now. Make it 30. I am probably going to have to buy part or two. So he haven't even inspected. He still didn't answer my question if the unit works or not. He just says that something is loose in a unit. Obviously the guy is fishing for a little bit money back. 30 bucks. I just did a refund, $30. Guys, there's gonna be some people out there, they try to take advantage. Is it worth my time, hesitation, and trying to fight this guy? Absolutely not. Move on, sale, good profit. Still even giving him $30 back, that means I sold it for 80, I got 10 bucks in it. Why bother? Why have this thing shipped back to me and go through all the hassle? So I refunded 30 bucks to him. Done deal. Okay, so I thought it was interesting and I thought I would mention. I hope you guys enjoyed all the stuff that I show you. Some of the stuff was a little bit unusual, different, especially like this little guy right here. So, and you're gonna probably ask in the comments, I know the response is gonna be, Pete, but what's the overall profit? You know, I mean, yeah, you made, you know, sales for 22 grand or whatever, 23 grand. What's the actual profit? Like I said in the beginning of the video, I sold about 250 items. Some of them were higher ticket items, some of them are lower. I averaged probably this month, like I said, about 90 bucks, maybe close to 100. Yeah, it's gonna be about 90 bucks. But on average, my profit after I'm done with sourcing, with PayPal, eBay fees, paying Victoria for doing the postings and stuff like that, everything is said and done, is usually about 50%. So that's how I run my business. And, you know, obviously I pay up for some stuff. You know, some I get great deals. Some, you know, not so good. You know, I'll pay sometimes, you know, 100, 120 bucks to sell it for 200. But that's my model. It works for me. It does really good. I pick up quality stuff that sells quick. So leave me a comment if you guys have any questions, and I hope you enjoyed it. Throw a like out there if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, well. But anyway, subscribe to the channel for more good content. Till next time, guys. Cheers.